Yeah, I know I unmuted it, but that's because it's awesome. Why else would I get Tyrese yelling as he's falling out of a car?
It's not something you see every day.
No, I mean, you could if you owned Furious 7. You could literally see it every day.
Is this a plug for Universal right now? Are we doing their work?
Well, we need to. They're in serious trouble.
Not as bad as Sony.
Not as bad as us, too, because we don't have any money coming in.
Yeah, I mean, neither here nor there.
Also, I changed the YouTube. So now it says 83.
Thank
properly.
you. About time.
Yeah, about time. Wait, why am I doing it on here?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I have the Hootsuite on here.
Hootsuite?
I mean, I pulled this up so I can watch the
Hootsuite.
live chat, but I didn't mean to do it that way. Okay,
Let's do my
so
laundry.
share. Copy link.
Did I remind you?
Yes, you did.
This is how you remind me of what I need to do.
Yep, exactly. By doing laundry, you reminded me to do laundry.
Cool.
You've been reminded that laundry is on your to-do list.
To-do list?
Yes. To-do list.
My tutor list?
Henry Tudor?
Yes.
Henry to do her and Henry not to do her list?
I have no idea what you're talking
A tutor.
about. Your tutor. Toot. Eh.
If you could watch, I would appreciate it very much.
That's very polite.
I could go unpolite.
I mean, I was thinking more in the middle, but I'd prefer polite. If that was the two
Do you
options.
want to go super polite?
If that was the two options, I guess I would have to go polite.
Well, do you have something else?
No, it's fine. Just tweet it. Just tweet it.
Throw a Pokeball and
Just
catch
tweet it.
media boat right now.
Whatever you want to do.
That's
You're our social
I'm going to
media.
do that one.
You're our social media guy.
Am I?
By default, because you have Facebook.
By default.
I can't be our social media guy. Maybe someday we will have someone to do social media for
We
us.
did have someone.
To do social media for us.
Yeah.
But, like, maybe someday we can pay someone to do our social media for us. That would
We
be
were paying her.
ideal.
We were paying her in food and rent.
That's not the same thing.
Food and rent is not the same thing?
No.
No?
No.
Alright, posting successful.
Okay.
Alright, now let's mute this because it's just become gunfire.
Yeah, then you don't want that in the
No,
background
I
of
want
your
car
podcast.
noises in my background.
Car noises.
Car noises.
That's all I ever want in the background of everything
All
I do.
ever wanted
Just car
is
noises.
to hear car noises.
It's true.
All I ever wanted is
I want to play some DDR and get really high scores in the local arcade. Whatever, arcade still has DDR.
I think round one still has DDR.
Yeah, actually, I was listening to a podcast and where somebody said the round one in San Jose is apparently the place to do DDR. Like, apparently the guy who went was like, yeah.
When I
there's,
was
like,
in Vegas at
people who
GameStop,
are like
there was a
known for
girl
DDR.
who worked there,
Yeah.
and all she did was just do DDR in
Yep.
their spare time.
Hey, it's a workout. It's also a way to get a high score out of the arcade machine, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey, it's Tony Jaa in his brief appearance.
Jaw.
Jaa.
All right, let's get it rolling.
All right, that's right.
I think we might have to turn that down. We're peaking.
Now we're recording.
Yeah, but we were peaking.
Are we recording?
I don't know. Are we? It's not
No,
moving.
so we're paused.
Yeah, paused. The pause that refreshes. So stop it
So let's stop it.
and let's try again.
Peak.
Yeah, it's peaking when we're not even being. Well, it's not peaking on. Well, yeah, it is peaking on me.
There.
And I'm way back here. Yeah, it's fine now.
I'm way back here.
I'm way back here. Hi, and welcome to what we think is the Media Boat podcast for August the 2nd. Yes, we've made it to August 2017, people. This is episode 83.
Are we streaming? Yeah, so we're streaming.
We are also streaming on YouTube right now if you want to watch us live.
Of course, if you're listening to the podcast version or on a delayed reaction, this is
not
not live.
I mean, we are alive, but we are not live in the way. But we are live right now if you're on YouTube. Media Boat Podcast on YouTube. Yes, the Media Boat Podcast. We talk about movies. We talk about television. We talk about video games, and we talk about music. Not necessarily in that order.
All that good media stuff.
All that good media stuff in a boat.
That's why you
In
send
a
to us.
boat. In fact, someday
boat?
maybe we'll have all media in a boat where you can search
I'm just
for
gonna have a
anything that
boat
you
called
want.
Media.
Yes.
That's
Name
my goal.
your
Just-
boat media.
Yeah,
Be
that way.
that cat meme reading the newspaper. I should buy a boat, and then you should have another one that says and name it media.
No, I'm just gonna buy a boat, name it Media. That way, anything that happens,
Yeah.
like that's newsworthy, I can just drive up there in my boat because I am Media.
Hey, I'm the media. What happened?
My boat says
Roll
Media
up.
right there. I don't know what you're saying. I am Media here.
I have credentials. It's right there on the side of my effing boat.
By the way, do you have a boat? No?
No.
Get out of my way then.
And I'm the media boat. It's our job. So yes, it's our job to report on the media. So where we always start is, of course, the weekend box office numbers for movies.
Yep.
Your
Bringing
number
up the
one
weekend.
movie this weekend was a surprise to me.
Not surprised to me, as I called it.
Yeah, I lost this one, but hey, what you gonna do with Rotten Tomatoes?
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad Boys. Bad
Bad
No,
Boys.
it's Dunkirk.
Yes, Dunkirk did that.
Christopher
Once again,
Nolan's
number one at the box office.
Double repeat. This time with a modest
26 million.
26 million.
47% drop from last week at the 50
About
million.
halfway. About an even 50. It's expected.
Which
What
is what we
wasn't-
called.
Yeah, what wasn't
About
expected,
25.
however, was the disappointing performance of the Emoji Movie.
Do you really call that disappointing if we
Yes.
knew it was going to fail?
Yes, I do. I actually didn't know it was going to fail. I thought it was going to fail critically.
Okay.
I
Yes.
definitely foresaw that it would get a Rotten Tomatoes score that was bad. I don't know necessarily if 8% was what I was thinking of, but hey, them's the
That's the game they played.
Yeah, exactly. I have not seen it, so I don't know how bad it is. But apparently, the audience has agreed because basically nobody saw that thing.
Basically.
Right about 20.
24 million.
24.
Number two. Yep.
So
out
it
of
was a
50 million
narrow
budget.
gap, but still it underperformed, especially for a movie.
Yeah,
that
24
probably
billion
was-
to 26 million.
Probably was at least what 80 million budget, probably
50 million.
50. Really
That's all it says.
cheap for that.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's emoji stuff.
Well,
There's not a whole lot to animate, even though it is an animated movie.
yeah, I guess it's very stylized,
Yeah.
but at the same time, Sony's been already out there. And the thing I read today was about, I don't know if this is in your news,
No.
but they were talking about how apparently they're going to unite with other studios and try to fight the, quote, Rotten Tomatoes problem, unquote. They're worried that Rotten Tomatoes scores are affecting box office performance.
Well, yes, I think we did cover this. If we did not
Yeah.
cover it, I did see it. Christian's
Yeah.
alive. Hi, dudes.
Hey! Hey.
Yep, we are doing live comments.
Hi.
So if you're
We are.
so
If you're watching, pipe in.
yep. Also, we'll stop.
Don't pipe out.
Or don't pipe her.
Don't pipe anyone. Don't be piping.
Don't be piping.
Don't be piping like those 16-year-olds we hear about so often. Yes.
piping that fire.
Be piping that fire all day. No,
That's so dumb.
instead of piping the fire, we're talking about the
That
box
is
office.
so
What else is in our top
dumb.
5 of the box office this week?
Number 3 was Girls Trip,
Yeah, it's still
hanging
doing
in
well.
there at 19 million. 65 total on
Just
a
like the
19 million
poster,
budget.
that movie has legs.
I'll give you that one.
There,
yeah.
there are a pair of legs
I'll give you that one,
prominently
yes.
featured in that poster.
Yes.
Okay, just make sure you got it.
Number 4 was Atomic Blonde with
Yep.
18 million. Your other opener.
It
for that
debuting
weekend.
this week. Disappointing for Ms. Theron,
Yeah.
I think, but I foresaw that last week when we talked about this that was not going to be a hit.
Right.
I'm sorry, but that just didn't look good.
30 million budget for that thing though.
Yeah, so it'll make it, but
It'll
in
pass.
a couple weekends. But
Yeah, it'll somehow skirt its way to a
Yeah.
positive,
it'll
if
do
not
it.
neutral.
It'll do it. It'll at least break even. It hasn't hit international either,
Right.
so that's still a possible moneymaker for him.
Yeah. So when it breaks, it'll break even.
Break even.
I know you're gonna try for that.
So we'll see.
And number 5, rounding out your top 5 was
Yes.
Spider-Man Coming Home.
Spider-Man's still coming home.
Yep.
It's taking a while.
Yep. He's come home with $275 million.
And over six worldwide.
Yep.
Which is good
That's good
for
for
how
some.
long it's been in theaters.
Yep. Also, the 275 puts it at number 4
So yeah,
for domestic.
if anything, I
box
think
office.
Sony should be a happy camper with the numbers that thing's doing. Even when emojis may be underperforming, they still have that. And they also have Dark Tower this weekend. So
Yep, that brings us to our upcoming
Yes.
weekend. We have 2 movies, or technically 3. We have Sony's big budget movie, Dark Tower, starring Idris Elba and a greased-up Matthew McConaughey.
based on, of course, the Stephen King novels.
Just the first one, not all 8.
Yeah, this is your big fantasy tentpole this summer, as far as I know.
Yes, in terms of fantasy, but in terms of people actually knowing what this even is.
I don't think anybody will care when they see those trailers with frickin' Idris Elba shooting frickin' bullets off of things into dudes.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool looking.
So
Everything I've seen so far.
So, do I get my thoughts now, or should I just actually see it, see
Um,
what they've done?
Let's wait until next week for your thoughts.
Okay.
That's what we traditionally do.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
let's
I
not-
might see it again this weekend.
Yeah, we might actually have another opinion as well.
Yeah.
We'll see. So yeah,
So we'll save
we'll
it.
be back next week with our thoughts about Dark Tower. For now, that is your upcoming release. If you're a fan, go see it.
Yeah, so far reviews are saying that it's just alright.
Eh. Eh. Ah.
Other movie opening up this weekend
Okay.
is Kidnap.
Kidnap. Singular. There's just one.
Just a single one.
Okay. What is Kidnap about?
This is the Halle Berry
Okay.
tracking down my child because she's lost and police won't help me.
Is this?
This sounds like The Call, which was made about 3 years
I
ago.
was gonna say this sounds like Taken, but does Halle Berry have a set of skills she's acquired over a certain period of time?
Mothering skills?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Parenting skills?
I don't know what kind of skills. I'm just being generally or any skills.
Uh,
Being
Tel-
Halle
tel-
Berry
telephone
is pretty
skills?
good skill.
Automo skills?
Yeah, automo skills. No, those are bills.
Yes. And telephone skills?
No, Halle Berry's not in Destiny's Child. I don't know what you're going for here. But yeah, that sounds like
skills?
this plot. Yeah, skills. That plot sounds kind of derivative, but maybe it'll be all right. I don't know. We'll see. What else? What's that
I was
third
trying to
thing?
think of a math joke there with derivative, but I can't.
Nope, derivative.
Oh, no, that's a stock joke. And last movie going wide, it actually went out last weekend, but getting wide release this weekend is the Catherine Bigelow's movie, Detroit.
All right, what is that?
That's starring John Boyega as a cop in Detroit,
Okay.
doing Detroit things.
Why is that not being talked about like at all? Why is this thing slipping under the radar?
Because
Can you tell
Catherine Bigelow.
No, that actually
I know,
would
that's,
do the
I know,
opposite.
that should be the
you would think.
opposite, you would think.
That's why I'm asking you, is because knowing that that's a Catherine Bigelow joint, it's like, why is nobody talking about this?
I don't know. I
It
guess
seems weird.
I haven't really
I've
seen
heard-
any reviews on this
Yeah,
thing.
I've
though.
heard once, and I don't remember what the context was, but I definitely heard somebody talking about it this week.
That was us talking about it last
No, it was definitely between then and now.
week. Okay.
I don't remember what it was, like one of the late night shows or something. Regardless, that's weird that they haven't been talking about that.
Yeah, well, this is a small movie. Small in terms of budget,
Okay.
but, big in terms of source material.
Sure, certainly. That sounds like that's a lot to tackle.
So, if this thing doesn't do well at the box office, maybe see something Oscar-related?
Maybe. I mean, it's a little early.
It's always early for
It's
Oscar.
early for Dunkirk, too, though,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
Speaking of Oscars,
Yes.
just real briefly, Warner Brothers has said that they want to push for Wonder Woman to be nominated for Best Picture and Director.
That really depends on what we see throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because I have some issues with the direction of that movie.
I have some issues with the last third of that movie.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm getting at.
Yep.
Overall, though, I enjoyed it. It's probably
overall,
my
it's a well-done movie.
second favorite movie I've seen all year. But still, I don't know if it's Best Picture.
Right.
I don't even think my favorite movie this year is Best Picture material. So,
What was your favorite?
Baby Driver.
Oh, yeah.
It's good, but I don't think it's Best Picture.
Well, like I said, that's a film school
Yeah,
movie.
I'm very picky about what I think Best Picture should be. I was actually just talking to our friend James. Shout out to James.
Yes.
the other day about
He
this.
actually just texted me asking if I was going to open up tomorrow.
You should know it's podcast night.
Yes.
He literally called me last night and said, I thought for a second this was Wednesday. I thought I was going to get the voicemail. I'm like, no, that's tomorrow. But no,
well, tonight.
I was talking to him about The Social Network. How I said that should have been Best Picture.
Yes.
Easily. And freaking King's Speech beat it.
Because old people vote.
Then we talked about the King's Speech for a little bit. But yeah.
Have you seen King's Speech?
I have. I didn't think, at the same year, in fact.
Yeah.
I didn't think very highly of it. I thought it was good. I mean, I enjoyed the movie, but in no way did I think that was worth Best Picture. It was a historical drama that did a good job about what it was about, but was in no way culturally relevant, and was not as enjoyable as The Social Network. Social Network was both a more enjoyable movie for me, and also culturally relevant.
Yep. It
was telling a story that still mattered, and I don't care about friggin' British royalty with lisps. What was it? Lisp? Stutter. That's what it was. It's like that. Social Network is actually talking about something that mattered. I don't know. Anyways, I mean, that's 7-year-old news right now, but whatever.
Well, you know, my criteria is, would I see it again?
Yeah.
That's basically what.
And that's kind of where I'm at with those two. Is like I would definitely see The Social Network again, and I did.
Oh yeah,
I would never ever see.
I've seen Social Network plenty of times. I've only seen King's Speech once.
Exactly, same. That's how you know.
Yep, that's how you know.
You
All right, let's see. Kristen says, I was about to say the Halle Berry movie equals Taken, but Matt beat me to the punch.
Yep, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it sounds like, but yeah, like we said, she doesn't really have a set of skills.
Yeah.
Or if she does, it's I'm a badass woman movie skill.
Her skill is being frickin' Halle Berry, which is more skill than most people have. So.
Well, yeah, because she knows what happens when lightning strikes a toad.
Yeah, sure. She also knows what it's like to be a monster.
Yeah. And a woman of cats.
And a woman of cats. Well, let's forget about that one.
Also a swordfish. Just animals in general.
Let's just talk about Halle Berry movies. Oh, okay.
Okay, let's move on.
Yes, please.
Let's move on to our first story.
What? That looks like a shaved Epcot Center. What is that?
It's an IMAX.
That's an IMAX?
Yeah. I used that picture before for IMAX.
Okay. From this distance, it looks like somebody took the Epcot Center and, like, took all the triangles off of it. That's what it looks like.
Okay, sure.
But anyways, yes, an IMAX theater. What about IMAX?
I'm just watching Impossible happen.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Dunkirk when you talk about IMAX?
Yes, okay. But I'm also talking about CEO Greg Foster.
Mr. IMAX?
Yeah, no, Mr. IMAX is his father.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Greg Foster has said that the company IMAX would cut back on 3D releases.
Okay.
Foster has cited the strong performance of Dunkirk,
right,
which was not shot in 3D, showing consumers have shown a strong preference for 2D films.
AKA, consumers have shown a strong preference of not paying $30 to see a movie.
Yep. The upcoming Blade Runner 2049 will also be shown in 2D exclusively at IMAX theaters.
Wait.
In October when it releases.
Wait. Oh, you mean 2D exclusively, not exclusively at IMAX. Like, it's not like IMAX is the only way to see Blade Runner 2049, right?
No, I said that there will be no 3D.
No 3D showing. Is that the thing? It was not shot in 3D at all. Right?
Right.
Okay.
This actually correlates with a record 68 movies being released last year in 3D.
Okay.
But there was an 8% drop in attendance to those 3D films.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just if you want to see IMAX in 3D, may not be a thing much longer.
You know, really, I don't think I've seen an IMAX movie in 3D since I think I saw Star Trek Beyond.
Okay.
In 3D and IMAX. I think that's the last time I saw something in 3D and IMAX. And then before that, the two things that immediately popped in my mind are ancient. They're from like the late 90s. I remember seeing some sort of roller coaster thing in 3D.
Okay.
I didn't see Avatar in IMAX. I only saw it in 3D.
Matt, in the 90s, they always showed that roller coaster preview before movies.
No, not that roller coaster. There was one like specifically about roller coasters. It was like when I was like 8, so it was a while ago. And then after that, I remember seeing Cyber World 3D. Do you remember this thing?
No.
So Cyber World 3D was basically this collection of 3D shorts One of them was actually that episode of The Simpsons where Homer gets trapped in the three-dimensional world. You remember that one?
Yes.
They literally put that in 3D as part of this Cyberworld 3D thing.
Okay.
It was like 1999. It was a piece of history there. But yes, I definitely those are the two things I mostly remember seeing in 3D in an IMAX theater. So just give you an idea of how few movies I've seen in 3D in an IMAX theater.
My last movie was Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, that's in 3D?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Sony.
So?
It's also Marvel.
So?
All Marvels are in 3D.
Really? Are they?
Yeah.
I lost track of that then. I don't think I've seen any of the Marvel movies in 3D.
Well, I saw it because, I always see the premieres.
Yeah, that's true.
Doctor says it's ironic that Matt is butthurt about Social Network, seeing as he deleted his Facebook. #ironic.
It's a big difference. It's a big difference right there.
Alright, yep, so, IMAX no longer doing big movies in 3D.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it means that it is losing its cachet a bit, but we'll see what everyone's going to say once...
What does James Cameron think?
That's what I was going to say. Once Avatar comes
2.
out, once Avengers comes out, once Christopher Nolan finally decides to go 3D,
Yeah,
if that effort's going to happen.
No, because he's still a film guy. There's
I know,
those two worlds can
I know. Christopher Nolan is a film purist through and through. I will never shoot
It's
digital.
going to take him a while to turn around. Okay, what else do we have in movie news?
All right.
Right, Star Wars. That's a big movie franchise.
Yeah. Also,
you could argue it's the biggest.
You could also argue that it's not going to be in 3D.
Well, no.
Well, okay. The actual news for Star Wars is that Jack Thorne, the British writer who wrote the upcoming Julia Roberts movie Wonder,
Okay.
has been tapped to work on Star Wars Episode 9 script.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Apparently, director Colin Trevorrow and his writing partner Derek Connolly have been working on the script, but sources say that a fresh set of eyes was needed.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Which one was Gary Whitta writing? Was that 8?
That's got to be 7.
No.
That's
8?
8.
Or did he write Rogue One?
No, 7. Maybe it was maybe it was Rogue One because
I don't remember.
Because Rian Johnson wrote and directed.
Right, Rian Johnson did both on 8.
Yeah,
You're right.
And he did the first treatment for 9 as well.
You're thinking Rogue One then. I don't remember. But anyways, okay, that's I guess news.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that they hadn't picked somebody already for 9.
Well, no, they picked Colin Trevorrow a long time ago to direct 9.
Direct, I mean, I'm just talking about writing.
Oh no, writing is. Well, Rian Johnson wrote the draft for 9.
Okay.
When he wrote 8, he wrote 8 and 9.
Might as well, yeah.
Right, going off of what J.J. Abrams and Lawrence Kasdan did for 7. And then Rian Johnson wrote 8 and 9 just consecutively.
Is it just me, or does it feel still really surreal that we're dealing with a new trilogy of Star Wars? Even though one has already been released in theater and is already available for home consumption, and one is coming out later this year, I still feel weird talking about it like it's a thing.
It is a thing.
But that seems weird to me still. It's like it still seems like something that's not actually happening. But it totally is happening.
What, you're saying Star Wars isn't happening?
I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I just feel like it's this thing that I keep having to remind myself that no, we already did have the entry in Star Wars.
Oh, we already had our first entry?
I keep having to remind myself that Episode 7 exists.
Yeah.
But, hey.
It exists. We have new heroes and heroines.
It's true.
And new heroine. The movie will be released May 24th, 2019. And which is not a December release as the previous two.
That's definitely not. That's a summer release.
Yep, that's a summer release.
Early summer.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's... So 2018, they have Avengers Infinity War.
Okay.
2019, they're supposed to have Infinity War Part 2 with Star Wars Episode 9. So...
Okay. They're moving it out of the way of Part 2, then?
I don't know. Part 2 may get moved to later summer.
Maybe that's their fall?
That's probably what they're going to do.
That's their winter?
Either that's going to be their winter or that's going to be their November or July release. They do them in
or they're making room for a Pixar.
Nah, Pixar's doing its own thing.
Okay.
Production for Star Wars Episode 9 starts January 2018.
Okay.
So immediately after we get our reaction.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did last time.
That's what they did last time, yeah. Is that they got the reaction.
That makes sense. You get
2
kind
weeks.
of the barometer of where you're feeling after the existing plot and then see what to do.
Yep.
If then there needs to be any last-minute changes before shooting.
All right. Let's move on to our next story.
Is that China?
Yeah. I think that's what China looks like.
As far as I know.
I mean, maybe not as red as that, but
no.
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the sandwich I was talking about.
Oh. Chicky Parm Parm?
Chicky Parm Parm. Sorry, that has nothing to do with this news story.
No.
So China.
Well, Parmesan or the marijuana.
Wait, marijuana Parm.
Marinara sausage.
It's a
bread.
very different sandwich, I think, that you're starting to describe. I don't know if I'm on
It's
board
a very high
anymore.
sandwich. It's a high quality sandwich.
High quality. Okay, what? I'm sorry, China.
Yeah, so China is delaying the movie releases of big tentpole films,
Okay.
including Spider-Man: Homecoming, War for the Planet of the Apes, and Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets.
Really? Like how much of a delay?
As in, all these movies already came out.
Yeah.
In North America, they won't be seeing until probably September.
Is there a reason?
Yes.
Well, enlighten us. What is the reason?
Okay. The reason is Beijing's media regulators intend to reinstate their infamous blackout on foreign film imports during the lucrative summer movie-going season.
Right.
This is done to limit the notion of American pop culture dominance by various means, including Chinese theatrical markets.
To keep China again.
Yep. This delay could cost Hollywood millions in global entertainment, as late release dates have been known to erode box office significantly by people downloading and pirating movies that have already been out.
Okay, yeah.
So because these are essentially 3 tentpole movies for 3 different studios, and who rely mainly on foreign box office receipts, this could not bode well for them.
No. Especially those movies, like, man, yeah, they're getting screwed over.
Well, maybe not as hard as Spider-Man.
No.
I mean, not as hard as Valerian. Valerian's getting screwed over.
Yeah,
hard.
Valerian, I think, is the big loser here because it's not going to make that money, and it needed China to even get anywhere close.
Well, it needs that French, like everyone in the French market, and who knows of the comic to see it.
The French market's not big enough.
Oh no, it's tiny.
That's not big enough, nearly big enough to make that money back.
No.
It's just not going to make it. Now it's for sure not going to make it.
Right. War of the Planet of the Apes was the one on the border. Spider-Man no one had to worry about because it was Marvel.
Yeah. Spider-Man's going to do well domestically. It's going to do well overseas.
Right.
Valerian's more of a question
mark. Well, it's more of a dumpster fire than a question mark.
A dumpster fire where the dumpster is full of question marks. How about that?
Okay. I don't know what foam factory question mark you're going to.
Actually, so somebody on Twitter brought this up earlier in the week. They referred to it as something as a tire fire. And they corrected somebody who said, don't you mean like a garbage fire or like a dumpster fire? And he was like, no, you can put out a dumpster fire. A tire fire you need to bury under the ground to stop burning. So yeah, it's a tire fire.
You need to suffocate it.
Yeah, it's a tire fire. It's a way more, it's a better analogy. So yeah, that's where we're at. That sucks for Valerian, but
yep.
Oh well.
All right. Doctor says.
Okay.
We may or may not have muted you guys temporarily. Listen to Jared the God Goff and Todd the Todd Father Gurley speak words of random wisdom.
It was a gasp, but it was supposed to sound like Goff, so it turned out to be Gosp.
No, it's Goff. Jared Goff and Todd Gurley are apparently doing interviews because football season's back. That brings us to
not quite.
No. We're still in movies.
We're still in movies. Hold your horses. Yep. Hold your Broncos. Hold your Colts. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
What else do we have in movies? We have The Bits.
The Bits.
What do we got?
Real briefly, in The Bits, Jessica Chastain confirmed for X-Men Dark Phoenix as the villain role.
Okay, cool.
What that villain role will actually be is unknown because no one knows.
I'm on board for some Chastain.
But she is confirmed to play the villain. Most likely, she will be the Queen of Shi'ar.
Whatever you say.
I know that sounds like nonsense to you.
Queen of Shi'ar.
Yes.
Sure.
Basically, she's an alien, queen of an alien race and force that's come to Earth to take over the Dark Phoenix because they see her as a threat to the entire universe.
Oh.
Via the Phoenix Force.
Well, you definitely got to take care of that.
Yeah, you don't want that thing loose and not under your control.
Definitely no.
It's like a nuke. You want the nuke under your control.
Well, I mean, as it stands right now as an American, I'm not sure if I do want the nuke under our control.
Well, under my control, yes.
I mean, like, your personal... If we're talking personal, sure.
Yeah.
I would just put it away somewhere where nobody knew where it was, and I would just deal with it.
Yeah, I'll put it right... I'll put it there right next to the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
The Excalibur sword.
Yeah, and that chest that turned everybody liquid in the first Indiana Jones.
The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'll just put it right underneath the crystal skulls like paperweight.
Yeah.
For it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways,
other bits of news. Donald Trump is suing.
Okay.
Someone. No surprise.
No news here.
No news here. Except of who he's suing.
Okay, who?
The creators of Sharknado 3.
Yeah, I told you this today.
Yeah. I saw it.
It's a funny story.
It's hilarious. Yeah. So apparently when they're making Sharknado 3, they apparently, back in 2015...
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
Yeah. They contacted Donald Trump and wanted him to play the President of the United States.
Uh-huh.
This was right before he was actually going to announce his actual
candidacy for the
presidency
presidency of the United States.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was going to be your fictional Sharknado president before he was our real president. Who would have thunk?
Yeah.
But
Well, no.
They turned it down.
Yes. Or someone in his campaign, you could say, turned it down. So instead they got Mark Cuban.
You know, as you do.
Yeah. So Donald Trump, 3 years later, as timely as he is,
yeah,
has decided to sue them.
What better week than Shark Week?
Yep.
We know that was last week.
Whatever.
Close enough.
Yep. Saying that he was willing to play the president, he was looking forward to it, but because they decided not to pursue him due
then
to
screw you, give us money.
Yeah.
Essentially.
This case is going nowhere. It's just a little fun little tidbit because it's the bits.
It's super dumb.
Yep. Also in the bits, Super Trooper 2 has finished post-production.
Right. Forget that exists.
1, that thing's existing. 2, it currently exists, is finished post-production.
Right.
And 3, expect a trailer to drop sometime eventually. Because I don't think the thing has a release date yet.
That's not committal.
Yep. And last 2 bits in here.
Okay.
In terms of producers. As Akiva... Yep. As the producer, Akiva Goldsman exits the Transformers franchise.
Oh, okay.
Not only that, Alex Kurtzman exits Universal's The Dark Universe.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
So one of their major fronters has just bailed?
On both sides, yes.
That's great.
Considering that both of them are, well, saying the Transformers is Paramount. But yeah. Yeah, so, Matt, come on, pay attention.
Looks good.
I don't look good.
Potato-rito.
Alright, let's move on to sports. Sports stuff happened this past weekend.
Yeah, so tell me about sports.
Alright, so sports is usually played with several people.
No, I mean, tell me about specifically the sports that happened this week.
Okay, so this past Sunday was the Baseball Hall of Fame inductees. They included Jeff Bagwell, first baseman for the Houston Astros, Tim Raines, left fielder for the Montreal Expos, Ivan Rodriguez, the catcher for the Texas Rangers, John Schertholz, the executive and owner of Atlanta Braves, or former, and Bud Selig, former commissioner of the MLB.
Okay.
All of them were officially inducted into the MLB Hall of Fame
so
this
did we
past
ever
Sunday.
determine who was the guy who was talking forever when we watched briefly?
I think that was Ivan Rodriguez, but don't quote me on that.
I have no idea. Regardless,
let's just say it was.
We tuned in briefly, and this guy just was talking for a straight 15 minutes, and we had to turn it because he just was not stopping.
Yeah.
We were just like, all right, this guy has been talking way too long. We're done.
Yeah, he started talking about like specific plays that he was doing.
All he ever
and his first at bat was against Nolan Ryan.
It's like, well, you know what? That's, I guess, an interesting aside.
Yeah.
But you know what asides should be? They should be short, damn it.
They should be short and off to the side.
Off to the side.
Yeah,
sides.
just like our tangents.
Well, no. We're bad at that, too. We're being hypocrites right now. Right. Well, let's fix that. Move on.
Yeah, let's fix that. We'll talk about the other Hall of Fame.
Okay. What
the
other
one that's
Hall of
happening
Fame
tomorrow.
Oh.
And we'll officially usher in the start of the 2017? 2018?
2017-2018.
NFL season.
Hey! Well, preseason.
No, the start of the whole season.
Yeah, I know. But the season itself doesn't start until September.
Yes.
We're in the preseason. Sir.
Okay. But the football year begins.
Yes, the football year.
The football year shall begin.
The year of football, 2017-2018.
Yep.
Starts now.
So let's see if you've heard of some of these people being ushered into the Hall of Fame.
Okay, let's see.
First up, we have Morton Anderson.
Nope.
Kicker for the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
We have Terrell Davis.
I have heard that name.
Where?
I can't tell you where in football.
Probably by playing blitz and running over people with him.
Sure.
He was the running back for the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
We have Kenny Easley.
Nope.
Safety for the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
We also have Jerry Jones.
Nope. It's pretty generic sounding.
You know Jerry Jones.
Do I?
Yes. You know Jerry's World?
No. So maybe I don't.
Have you heard of a little team called the Dallas Cowboys?
I have heard of America's team.
Yes. He is the owner
of
the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, fair enough.
Wow, you don't really know who Jerry Jones is?
No, I don't.
Huh.
I totally really don't.
Okay.
I only casually watch football. You should know this.
Yeah, but he's like a Mark Cuban owner.
Everyone
knows who he is.
Well, I'm not everyone, which you already knew. So.
Yeah, I know you're not everyone. You're in the minority here.
I really am.
Just by what people may think. Jason Taylor.
That's a pretty generic name, too.
Defensive end for Miami Dolphins.
Okay. Yeah, that's why no one cares. He's on the frickin' Dolphins.
Here's what you should know.
Okay.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
I do know a LaDainian Tomlinson.
An LT?
Yes, I do know an LT.
Yeah. Running back for San Diego Chargers. And lastly, a little guy named Kurt Warner.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. You know. Yeah, he's that TV show, The Comeback.
Oh, that too. Also, he's Kurt frickin' Warner, and he almost won a Super Bowl.
I think he did win a Super Bowl.
I mean, but then he almost won a Super Bowl.
Then he almost won another Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, quarterback for St. Louis Rams. And then coming back...
Correction, he should have won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, he won one with the St. Louis Rams.
And basically won one.
With the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, and they didn't.
Yeah, had it not been for some Mr. Holmes.
Frickin', yeah. Let's not talk about that. Anyways.
Let's just bring it up with Mark next time we see him.
Yep. Let's do that.
They'll be inducted Thursday to the Football Hall of Fame, followed by the Hall of Fame game.
Hall of Fame game?
Yep.
The Fame game.
Yep. As we mentioned last week, starring your very own America's team.
The Dallas Cowboys?
No, the Packers.
Oh,
but
yeah, that's not America's team.
And the Cowboys.
That's Mr. Discount Double Check Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, who will probably be discount double checked out of the game as to not get injured.
Yeah, that's probably smart. You don't want an injured Aaron Rodgers going into your Packers season, that's for sure.
I mean, you do if you're the Vikings.
Yeah, but if you're the Packers, you don't.
Well, yeah. Something about cheese.
He's like the gold standard.
No. It's too cheesy. It's too cheesy.
Cheesy. All right. Moving on.
And lastly, in terms of sports news, the Olympics have finally settled where they're going to put their next games at.
It's true.
While no official word from the IOC has come out, basically everyone knows what is happening.
So what's happening?
So the next Summer Olympics, we're talking summer here, not winter, because screw winter.
Hey, I like some snowboarding. You know what I like? The Canadian curling team.
Who's their star player?
I have no idea, but they're cute.
You know that there's a women's team too for them, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, are you sure? You just said the curling team.
I'm pretty sure. I don't have to be gender specific here. The men's team also might be cute. I'm not going to judge.
Well, they do skirt on their butts.
They're Canadians. So. They're kind of all adorable in their own way.
Well, yeah, they're not sorry. Or they are sorry for
They're
everything.
very sorry.
Very sorry.
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 But yeah, I'm going to watch some crap about some Winter Olympics. Don't be crapping on some Winter Olympics. But anyways, yes, we're talking about the summer.
Summer Olympics.
Yes.
The games have been announced with Tokyo, which we already knew, coming in 2020 to a TV near you.
Okay.
Followed by what should be announced as Paris in 2024.
Sounds like LA and Paris were both vying for 2024. LA moved out of the way because they were more willing to accept a later date than the Parisians were. So it sounds like Paris took 2024.
Right, which means LA will be getting the games in
2028.
2028. The reason they were so willing to move is because not only will it give them time to build out all the infrastructure that they need, which they would have been able to do by 2024 either way.
Yeah.
But at least this way, there's just more time for them to relax a little bit.
Time because goodness knows, I'm hoping to be not in LA, in the LA greater metropolitan area.
Well, you want to take a 2-week vacation for that time?
Sounds like a disaster.
You want to take a 2-week vacation for that time?
We'll see when I'm 38 because that's when it's going to be.
Maybe you'll go on your honeymoon at that time.
You know what? Stranger miracles have happened.
A miracle indeed.
We'll see. Anyway, so yeah, Olympics are happening continuously.
Yep.
And will forever.
So, congratulations, City of LA. You'll be bombarded with a shit ton of people in 10 years.
Here's a question. Does Russia play in this 2020?
It's 11 years.
Do you think? In 2020?
Does Russia play?
Does Russia compete?
Oh, are you saying will Russia still be pissed off? Are you saying will Russia still be a country?
Yeah, I mean that's also a viable question. But 2020, actually, are we banned from the Olympics in 2020? That'd be funny.
What, from Tokyo?
Yeah.
Why would we be banned?
Hey, anything goes right now. Anything freaking goes.
I know, but at least with 2028, we will have a new president, guaranteed.
Yes, guaranteed. You're right. That will have to happen.
That's also probably why they moved out of the way.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on.
What else do we have?
To telly news.
The telly. What do we have in the telly?
Boom.
Who's that? I can't see.
That is Kevin James' wife.
Oh, if you say so.
In the show, Kevin Can Wait. Should I say former wife?
Okay.
As she has got the axe and will not return for season 2.
You're recasting Kevin James' wife?
A little bit more complicated than that.
Okay, got it.
That's the reason why this is even a story. Because, one, we don't care about Kevin Can Wait. But it's just an interesting story based on what's actually happening. CBS has decided not to bring back Aaron Hayes, who that is.
Okay.
Aaron Hayes. For season 2, and instead cast Leia Remini as a series regular role.
Wait a second. Wasn't that Kevin James' wife in his first show?
King of Queens?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
No, wait, no. They can't just do that. This is not a sequel. This is not in universe.
So, Leia Remini.
Remini, I want to say.
Remini.
Sure,
Remini.
if you want to say that.
Remini.
Remini sounds like a pasta.
Well, it's M-I-N-I, so Remini.
Sure, if you say so.
That's how it's spelled.
Okay.
Actually had a guest role in the season 1 finale.
Okay.
Where she played, where she was cast as an undercover cop.
Sure.
And former partner of Kevin James, the retired cop.
Okay.
Character.
Yeah.
Yes, as you had mentioned, both played.
Yeah.
Both husband and wife in King of Queens, the former CBS project starring Kevin James.
Yeah.
Well, CBS revealed that, quote, the character of Aaron Hayes and mom and wife of Kevin James will have passed away, and we will be moving forward in time, catching up on a later date.
Oh.
Hayes, who played Kevin's wife on the show, will be killed off instead of divorce or moving.
So they're doing the Charlie Sheen?
That's what it seems like, because, quote, ultimately, this is what was decided with the producers, that this was the best way to move forward.
Oh, clearly.
The decision was based on different creative directions and not a reflection of Hayes' performance.
Okay. So they needed a way to get rid of Ryder off, and this was the way they figured.
Right.
Okay.
And they'll instead bringing in Leah Remini at a bigger role.
Okay. Leah.
What'd I say?
Leia?
Leia.
Princess?
Yeah. Well, she's not my princess.
She's
Hashtag not my princess.
Sure. Hashtag.
Anyways, yeah. So, prepare for King of Kings, the sequel.
King of Queens, not King of Kings.
King of
something
Kings.
Else.
Yep, the Queen of Kings.
Queen of Kings, yep. This summer on CBS. Well, alright. Sure. That's weird, but sure. Kevin James still earning that paycheck.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do we have in television news?
Also, Ludacris can fight.
Ludacris can fight.
Somehow, that's a thing.
It's very
It's in universe.
It's true.
Alright, so let's get away from live action, talk about animation.
Sure, why not?
And anime. And put this together, you get Funimation.
You always do. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
Animation. Ooh, I want a Frosty.
Only time 50 cents small.
Malia. Just Frosty.
Alright.
Anyways.
Oh shoot, I forgot that story.
What
No. I think I put that in here. Maybe. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, I'm missing a story. Anyways. So Sony Pictures Television Networks strikes a deal with Japanese anime distributor Funimation Productions.
It's fun.
For
Funimation.
Give me a number.
$2 billion.
$2 billion?
I don't know. I've been looking at a lot of acquisitions lately. Let's do $50 million.
Okay, you're closer there.
Okay.
$143 million.
Oh, wow.
For 95% stake in the company.
Damn. That's a large stake.
Yeah, it's like a porterhouse.
That's like frying ribs, sir. Okay.
It's like basically the whole cow.
Yeah, basically. You're missing the 5% that's not the part, the head of the cow, but the rest of the cow you got.
It's a lean cut.
Yeah, it's very lean.
No fat. Just got rid of it. It's very lean.
Cut the fat out. What? Okay, so what does this mean?
This means that Funimation's catalog, including the popular titles of
Dragon Ball,
Dragon Ball Z, Cowboy Bebop, which is getting the 2nd and 3rd season,
Naruto,
One Piece, My Hero Academia.
Did they not have Naruto?
No. And Attack on Titan.
Okay, sure. All those anime.
I think that's Fuji TV.
You're Fuji TV.
It's the Naruto.
I have no idea.
Anyways, those titles...
Saying anime names.
While this is still subject to regulatory approvals and other closing conditions,
of course.
CEO Jen Fukunaga will retain a minority stake in the business and remain as opposed as CEO.
Cool.
Funimation. The Funimation licenses and distributes Japanese anime content in the U.S. and operates the subscription streaming service Funimation Now.
Streaming service. Yeah, streaming service, right?
Yeah. Well, it's more like
Yeah, that's true. It's a streaming service.
It's a streaming service.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Why
not? Why not?
With this acquisition, it will join Animax and Kid Station under the Sony Pictures Television umbrella.
Kid Station?
Yeah. This deal will not affect the current deal with Crunchyroll in terms of same-day release and of the very popular anime streaming website.
Okay.
As that deal was made before this.
Yeah.
And they're actually just pre-existing. So don't worry about those of you who watch Crunchyroll and are worried that all this is going to go over to Crackle. That's something else.
Who the hell watches Crackle?
Yep.
Cool.
We'll ask this later.
Okay.
She's asking what we think about the movie Logan Lucky.
I don't know what that is.
There you go.
That's what I think about it. Is tell me what that is because I don't know.
Okay. I missed. Let me see here.
We talking about the Wendy's Frosty for a second?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I put that in here.
Wendy's Frosty?
No, this picture.
You mean that story that you put up on the website?
No. This is a different one.
I got nothing. But we should move on.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on then.
To something else. We don't need to literally cover everything.
No. We're going to skip the Kenan Thompson one.
Okay, what do we got then?
So if you want to hear a story about Kenan Thompson, what he's doing, check out our website.
MediaBoatPodcast.com for more information about Mr. SNL. But in the meantime, we got something about public broadcasting.
Well, I guess it's fair to call him Mr. SNL. He's been there the longest tenure, 14 years.
The guy.
14 seasons,
So what's up with public broadcasting?
The president and CEO, Paula Kerner, is...
Of PBS, right?
Of PBS, of the Public Broadcasting Service.
Okay.
Is a little bit worried about where the government funding is going to come from.
AKA nowhere, because this government is not going to fund them.
And that is a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Because she is warned that because public broadcasting has narrowly survived threats to budget cuts in the past, it doesn't mean the same thing will be true if more cuts are made. She has noted that stations in rural areas rely on government to cover as much as 50% or more of their budgets.
Yeah.
And if that money goes away, quote, it's an existential crisis for those stations as there's no way you can make up that money.
Uh-huh.
If this was to happen, there is no plan B if we lose our funding.
Okay, so here's where we need to talk about PBS.
Yes, and so I'm just going to give you a number.
Okay.
445.
That is one more second more than the Jay-Z album.
4 seconds? Oh, no, that's 444.
444. No, sorry, what was that number mean?
Anyways, that is the current annual appropriations for the Public Broadcasting Company, for PBS, and conservatives have targeted them multiple years in terms of cutting that number.
Yep.
Now, while $445 million does sound a lot, consider that the military budget is upwards of like $50 billion.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
That being said, this administration is going to do cuts to this, no matter what. It's going to be a thing.
Just like with park services?
Yeah. I think, realistically, PBS might be a thing of our memories pretty soon. So that's why I think we need to take a moment here.
Moment of silence?
Let's appreciate PBS. What are your favorite memories of PBS?
I was about to say Math Blaster emphatically, but I know that's wrong.
That's a game.
I know.
PBS had no idea. So, I mean, the answer for our generation is Sesame Street.
Yes.
Though that is no longer true for the current generation.
The answer for my grandparents would be Nova.
Yeah. Nova stuff was great. Is still great.
It's still great. That's a great documentary
they do a lot
series.
Of great specials on there.
Yep.
They do. But of course, yeah, an entire generation. The entire 3 generations grew up on Sesame Street on PBS. If it wasn't for PBS, we wouldn't have that kind of education for our children.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Now, of course, you can get that material on HBO.
Right, because HBO has bought those rights.
That being said, though, I mean, HBO is responsible for a lot. And so, HBO, I said HBO. PBS.
Yes.
Damn. PBS. I know, I'm disproving my own point there. Yes. But yeah, I think it's sad to see that stuff go. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, it's very important that there be a news source, a television source that is funded by the government. I think that is having something public like that is important. I think losing that would be very.
Well, not only that, but they also do Masterpiece Theater.
Yeah.
They also do their own news segments as well, covering.
Yeah.
Because some of these public broadcast stations do local news as well as a big nation news.
And yeah, it'd be a big loss. So I hope they figure out a way to get. I mean, you know how they survive? Viewers like you. So do yourself a favor. If you like your local PBS station, please donate. Absolutely, donate some money. Get some tote bags. Tote bags are pretty sweet. So this is your opportunity. Topaz tote bags.
Yep.
That's what I'm looking at. Topaz colored tote bags. So yeah, help your local CBS.
PBS.
PBS station. Note to self: 2 beers, 3 podcasts. It's a bad idea.
Well, maybe for you, but
PBS. Hey, they're 7% each. So my defense. So yeah, save your PBS station because the government ain't gonna do it.
Yep, especially this administration.
Yep.
So 45 million. If that budget goes below 400, expect everything to be shut down, or at least most places to be shut down, and your local station to be maybe either lose its signal or get a further signal from somewhere, not in your area.
We'll see. Moving on.
So that brings us to, I guess we could throw it in here.
Okay.
The story about Keenan, real quickly, in the bits.
In the bits. Give us the bits.
Yep. In the bits.
Yeah, so our man Kenan Thompson, as we briefly mentioned, from
10 minutes
all
ago.
that to Saturday Night Live for the last 14 years, has announced his new project.
Yep. It is called Scoogle.
Scoogle.
Yep. Take that in.
Google, but a scooter. So Scooter Google.
Yeah, this is a project aimed at ages 2 to 11 and will deal in a semi all that kind of way where it's very parody of itself.
It's sketch comedy.
But with kids.
Where Kenan Thompson is basically like Siri or Alexa.
Yeah, an AI voice, you could say.
So this is going to be on some station I've never heard of. Or
Pocket.watch.
Pocket Watch.
Yeah.
And what is this, just internet streaming?
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
It's basically a one-stop shop for kids media.
But I guess the guy in charge used to be in charge of Nickelodeon.
Yes, he was former president of Nickelodeon. He worked directly with Kenan when he was an executive producer on all that.
It's probably mentioned in that book that I had down there.
Probably.
So yeah. Cool. I mean, it sounds like cool. I mean, as you said in your piece on MediaBoatPodcast.com,
plug.
Then it'll be good to kind of usher in hopefully a new generation of kids into sketch comedy.
Oh, you like that a little bit?
Yeah, that's very good because I think that's, if anything, Kenan should be passing the torch as his kind of
10-year
sketch comedy career kind of reaches its natural close before whatever he decides to do next. So it's exciting.
Just keep doing voice acting.
Movies. You should do movies.
He tried doing movies. Remember he didn't say on a play.
You should do more movies. Better movies. That's the key. That's the key. Or sell a pilot to FX. They seem to be these days. So yeah, I think that he probably has a very strong career ahead of him. Who knows what he's going to end up doing.
Also in the bits, we have our first casting for True Detective Season 3.
Okay. Is it, what was our casting? It was Sigourney Weaver and, frickin', who else?
Oh, no, it's not a female, but yes.
Damn. Oh, well. Okay, who do we got?
Mr. Oscar winner himself, and current favorite male attractiveness.
Sure.
Mahershala Ali.
Okay.
Which is actually a really great casting.
That is really good.
That's really good casting. Yeah. Apparently, he's been cast to star in the upcoming True Detective Season 3.
Okay.
No word yet on who his partner will be. No word yet on directors or writers.
Halle Berry.
But
no. Okay.
Mahershala Ali has at least confirmed that he is signed on to star in True Detective Season 3.
Okay. Could be something.
Yep. And lastly, South Park Season 21 has been delayed to September 13th instead of its usual premiere in mid-August. Or mid-August, early September. Delayed by like 2 weeks, essentially.
Okay.
Nothing to be worried about, just in case you were wondering. That's
wasn't,
happening.
but sure.
And then lastly, don't forget, this week is the last week for At Midnight. It will be going away as of Thursday, not Friday. Thursday. They only run through Thursday. They don't do a Friday.
So you'll have to pay more attention to Twitter if you want your silly Twitter comedian banter, because it won't be on TV anymore.
Matt, how is Twitter's comedian banter?
It's great.
Sure, let's just end it with that.
Always wonderful. Let's go to cancellations and renewals.
Let's get canceled.
Let's get canceled. Well, no, let's not get actually canceled. I'd like to continue doing the show.
Really?
But we don't have the control over... I don't think anybody can cancel us. They can try, but I don't think anybody can tell us to stop doing this show.
Well, especially if we get paid. Meaning, if you want to support us...
We'll get to that later.
Okay.
Let's first talk about the cancellations and renewals.
Alright, first up, we have Queen Sugar. Not to be confused with Rebecca Sugar. But Queen Sugar gets a third season on OWN.
Okay.
Oprah's own network.
It's hers.
Yep. Animal Kingdom gets a third season on TNT.
I swear we said this last week.
Angie Tribeca gets a fourth season on TBS.
Okay, sure.
Harriet gets a second season on Hulu.
Okay.
Unreal gets a fourth season on Lifetime.
No, that's just Unreal.
Mary Kills People, a second season on Lifetime.
What does she continue doing?
And Good Witch gets a fourth season on Hallmark.
She kills people, that's what it is.
No, Good Witch.
Oh, okay.
And that brings us to our lone cancellation of The Middle.
The Middle.
Will be canceled after its upcoming season on ABC.
Yeah, it had a good run.
Matt, how many seasons has The Middle had?
5.
No.
7.
No.
9.
Yes. The upcoming 9th season will be its last season.
Ah!
That thing has lasted for 9 seasons, man.
Then yeah, good job, The Middle, then.
Yeah.
Keeping, what's his name, the janitor from Scrubs into business there.
Flint.
I don't know his name.
Flint.
I don't remember his actual name.
Well, no, that is his actual name. It's Flint. I think
Flynn something.
Neil Flynn.
Neil Flynn.
Yep.
Yeah, keeping Neil Flynn getting that paycheck. Good for him. But yeah, apparently that thing lasted long enough for it to have an audience, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those shows that was cheap to make,
Yeah.
but found an audience in Middle America.
Cool.
Hence the name, The Middle.
Hence the name. Well, no, actually, I don't think that's what it referred to.
Well, yeah, because they live in Indiana.
Oh, okay. I thought it meant the siblings, but sure.
Well, it could also be the siblings,
Like
but
the middle child.
yeah. But it was mainly focused on the mom, which was the weird part. So.
I don't know. I never actually watched in a single episode of The Middle, so I can't tell
I
you.
watched about half a season, and what I watched, I liked.
Okay. I mean, sure, it was quality. ABC stuff is weird because it's like, it's quality, just nobody, like, talks about it.
Right. I mean, they're all solid shows. Like Blackish, but...
They're just not anything that anybody wants to gush about.
Right.
That I actually know, personally, I guess. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's one of those weird situations where it's all quality, it's all good TV, but when you ask someone what their favorite shows are, they're going to list other shows.
Sad, really. Okay.
All right, and that brings us to our not cancellations, deaths.
Well, it's kind of like cancellations, but for life.
Yep, live cancellations.
So this week's not going to be as bad as last week.
No.
But we still do have a couple.
We have June Foray, age 99.
Yeah.
The voice of Rocky and Natasha in the Rocky and Bullwinkle show.
This is a big one because you have to consider June Foray did voices alongside of literally the biggest people in the voice acting business. She used to work with Mel Blanc, for instance. Like, you don't have that many people.
Do you say Blanc or Blanc?
Apparently, for a long time I thought it was Blanc.
Yeah.
Then apparently, the correct way is Blanc.
Okay.
I was so pissed when I found out. Because
there's no K.
We just assumed it was Blanc because it looks like the French, but apparently the family...
Right, also there's no K.
The family has stated that no, it's not. It's Blanc.
Okay.
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's been in the business for literally since it's existed, pretty much.
Pretty much,
So you're talking about OG. Yeah, Rocky and Bullwinkle, Warner Brothers cartoons. You're talking about from the 40s on that she's worked in. So yeah, that's a big loss.
We also have Pulitzer-winning playwright and actor Sam Shepard of 73 years old.
Yeah.
And lastly, Marty Sklar,
Yeah.
age 83, supervised the design and construction of Tokyo Disneyland, Disney MGM Studios, Disneyland Paris, and other theme park attractions. he is one of only 8 people who have ever been to all Disney park openings.
Yeah, he was big in the teams for the park development. And yeah, it'll be weird opening a new Disney park without Sklar around because he was kind of the guy.
What is the new Disney park, anyways?
The next one was, did they finish Hong Kong yet?
I believe, no, Singapore was the last one.
So Hong Kong, I think they still need to finish.
Right.
So Hong Kong's the next opening
Okay.
that they'll do. After that, who knows?
Right.
There's I remember some rumors about Australia being next, but we'll see. We will certainly see. They keep those kind of things under wraps for a long time.
Hey, that's a good Disney movie.
Under wraps?
Yeah.
I know you were just talking about
starring Shia LaBeouf.
I know, right?
That's crazy.
A non-crazy, non-arrested Shia LaBeouf.
No, not Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf?
No, not Shia LaBeouf. The other guy.
Who are we talking about now?
I'm talking about Mr. Blue Eyes.
Zac Efron?
No, Lord of the Rings.
What's his name?
Yeah, Mr. Frodo. Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood.
Yes, Mr. Frodo.
Keep thinking Elijah Wood. For some reason, my brain was telling me that was wrong.
No, that's him.
But no, Elijah Wood.
Okay. Yeah, Elijah Wood was in the movie Under Wraps.
Well, who knew?
Yeah. All right, let's go on to video games.
All right, let's talk about video games.
All right, real briefly here.
This is the big story.
Yeah.
I'm glad you picked this up because I saw this yesterday.
Yep. Well, it's a big story.
EA consolidating some of their studios.
One of the big ones, BioWare Montreal.
Yeah, so the Montreal part of BioWare, which does a lot of heavy lifting for their BioWare games.
Yeah, they did a little game recently called Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard of it. I don't know if you played it. Probably not. But
or if you did, you saw everyone crap all over it.
Yep. Is now being combined with...
Merged? Yeah, let's
combined
say yeah.
With another EA studio.
Yep, Motive Studios.
EA Motive.
They just call it Motive Studios.
Sure.
EA Motive.
Yeah, EA Motive.
It's under the EA umbrella.
Right.
Anyways, yep, BioWare Montreal and Motive will be combined into one studio. This, of course, comes on the heels of EA announcing the upcoming game Anthem by the studio.
Yes.
So expect gameplay to be very similar in the upcoming Anthem as a Bioshock. BioWare. Mass Effect.
I mean, yeah, I think this is smart because I think even if Andromeda was a little bit of a miss,
it looked good.
I think still getting some people who are used to working in the Mass Effect universe is probably good ultimately for Anthem. I think getting from people from both sides of EA's operation, both BioWare proper and from Motive, I think will be good for that thing. So, yeah, Anthem still looks cool. I'm still excited for that game.
At the moment, BioWare Montreal is working on the Battlefront 2 single-player campaign for Star Wars Battlefront 2. Yeah. And a new IP from a new director being brought over from Ubisoft.
Okay.
And the only quote they have is that it will be loosely similar to the Assassin's Creed gameplay and style.
Sure.
Yep.
Loosely.
Well, it's the same one of the same directors.
Okay.
So. And then, basically, at the end of this article I read that the planned DLC for Mass Effect Andromeda is still unknown as to whether they're going to keep working on it or shelve it. So, if you bought that season pass, yeah, might have pushed that for a little bit early.
Yeah, that's tricky. I think Andromeda was his trouble project throughout.
Right.
So, I don't know even if you'd want to play DLC based on it at this point.
I don't know.
Anyway, what else do we have for video games?
Anyways.
Is this a follow-up?
This is a follow-up to last week's.
Last week.
Yeah, so last week we talked about Pokemon Go Fest in Chicago and how that was basically a bust. And Niantic, in terms of compensating everyone, said that they'll give them free Poke Coins and virtual gear and stuff like that.
Yep. So, how'd that work out?
So, some people thought that they deserved more.
Yeah.
Because not only did they fly in, but also had to get hotel accommodations for what was essentially a bust of a weekend.
Right.
So about 20 to 30 people have signed a class action lawsuit against Niantic for reimbursements in travel and lodging, as the game was unplayable during the event. If they win, Niantic would have to pay all 20,000 attendees a portion for travel and lodging expenses.
Yeah.
That the court would deem appropriate in terms of payment.
It's rough.
Seeing as Niantic has already admitted fault on several occasions, there's a good chance that they're just going to admit guilt here.
Yeah.
And be forced to pay.
Yeah, at this point, they really have nothing to lose except all the money. So...
Well, it's funny you bring that up, because do they really have that much money to lose?
Niantic is making a lot of money still, even though there's been all these stories about how, oh, nobody cares about Pokemon Go. It's like, look, even the fans are angry at Pokemon Go. It's important still to note that Niantic makes a lot of money still on Pokemon Go.
How much money do they make?
I don't know a number, but I'm sure it's ridiculous.
I got a number for you.
Okay, is it ridiculous?
Oh, it's ridiculous, all right.
Okay.
This past weekend, when they were doing a lot of these raids for legendary Pokemon, there was a number floating around the internet of how much Niantic was making per day.
Okay.
Do you want to take a guess at this number, or do you want me to say it?
No, just say it.
$5.8 million a day this past weekend.
So, yeah.
So, if you count in all three, that's $15 million this past weekend.
So they're doing all right?
Yeah, they're not hurting for money.
No.
They can pretty much afford to pay off some people who had a bad experience.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, that goes to show you right there, is that regardless of what you think the outside perspective on a thing is, you have no idea how much money they're making for reals. And yeah, they can probably pony up to give a decent response to this class action easily. And I think they probably should. As you're saying, it's probably just best to just give the money, bury this, and move on just using the game, like just doing the game as they would.
Well, you know when they say bad publicity is good publicity?
Yeah.
Well, this goes up right that alley. Right up that alley. Wow, I cannot say anything.
All that alley.
Yep. All that married alley. To where, even though people read up on Pokemon Go Fest and read up on how bad it went,
yeah,
they still went out and did all these raids for legendary Pokemon and still ended up paying upwards of $5 million, almost $6 million a day in terms of people all around the world for this thing.
I mean, yeah, I think that the fans that are going to show up to this thing, though, are probably very, very different than the people who are spending money on this game.
Right.
I think that those are two very different fans. Still, though, if you want to clean up your public image, though, this would be a good thing to do, guys. Just help them out. Help them out in their time of need here. That's what I suggest.
And they will, as even though they'll probably lose money on it,
yeah,
they gain even more on the back end, which is all they care about is the final end product.
Overall, man, this is going to be a weird thing.
It is, because even though the first one failed, and even though they'll probably, chances are they're going to do this thing again in both Europe and Asia as they planned.
Yeah, needless to say, Pokemon Go is a weird thing and will continue being weird.
Yep.
All right.
Let's move on.
Video games. What's next? I can't tell what that is.
That is called Unsung Story.
What's Unsung Story?
That is a Kickstarter by developer Playdeck.
Okay.
Who raised $660,000 to make this game possible.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. It's also a lot of money if you don't deliver.
Okay, what happened?
So, as dealing with Kickstarters is always problematic,
Yep.
What happens is you put up money in the hopes of a product being returned.
Yeah, and you basically have no idea. It's basically betting your money on something that may or may not actually exist.
This is one of those things where it does not exist and will not exist.
Great. Always wondered.
As developer Playdeck has decided that they're just done with the project.
Okay. Just bailing. Just done.
Yeah. So they launched the first of the Kickstarters back in January 2014 with an estimated release date of July 2015. They missed that mark just a bit by 2 years. So now they're actually dropping the project altogether and instead moving it over to a new developer, Little Orbit.
Hey, I've heard of that.
What games do they do, man?
Like super, super small, like eShop releases on Nintendo consoles.
Yep. And games like Barbie.
Yeah, they do. So real small potatoes.
Yeah.
Small potatoes.
Where that team, should they take on the project, will have to start from scratch.
Yeah.
So Unsung Story was supposed to be a throwback to traditional RPGs and turn-based combat in a updated night storytelling type of game. They had some major developer behind it in order to get people to put money up for it. Well, the game is no longer a thing. People have lost their money. People are pissed. People are calling this a scam, a ripoff, and are basically just yelling on the internet, which, yelling on the internet.
It happens sometimes.
But yeah, so if you're looking forward to that game, you can stop looking. It's not happening. Also, it's dangerous to go alone.
Yeah. Also, it's a secret to everybody. It's a secret to everybody.
Wait,
okay.
but is it the secret to everybody?
I don't know. Maybe it is. We'll find out in the bits.
Yep, as the
bits.
Real quickly, in the bits, Mario Odyssey gets a rating.
Yes, E10
plus.
Yeah,
E10 plus, the first non-E rating for Mario game.
Sure. You know what? To be fair, Super Mario Sunshine existed before the E10 Plus existed.
Okay.
So I bet if it was released now, that would be an E10 Plus game as well.
All right.
Let's be fair. This isn't a change in the Mario formula. This is just reflecting new trends in the ESRB ratings. Let's be fair.
That's it. Not only that, but in the upcoming marketing material, they have removed Mario's sombrero.
Yeah, just in the box, which is fine. It's still going to be in the game. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's going to be in the game.
I'm sure they just don't want to deal with the potential like
media backlash.
What the hell is Mario doing in that sombrero question? Which is a fair question. I'm not going to lie. That is 100% a fair question. Are we really still at the point where it's a Mexico level? So I guess Mario's wearing a giant sombrero. Like, do we really need that anymore?
No, I think we're past that as a society. But are we past that in terms of people complaining for the sake of complaining? No.
Hey, I don't agree with you there, but let's move on.
Alright. Other bits. PlayStation Plus may be getting a price hike. At least for us in the North America. As it will happen in Europe.
Yeah, it'll probably go up to $60, which is fine.
Yeah.
We've already been living for years with Xbox Live
$49.99.
$60, so it wouldn't be too much of a stretch.
Yep. Currently, the PlayStation Plus annual is $49.99.
Yeah.
$50. Don't be surprised if that goes up to $60.
The way I see it is that it's basically like a game.
Which you're getting two free games a month anyway.
So yeah, it's worth it.
It's still going to be worth it. You're still going to pay for it.
So that's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah. The price actually will affect Europe immediately.
Yeah.
As that will go up £10.
Yep.
Or euros or whatever they want to use.
If you're talking about England, it's going to be pounds now.
Right, because they left the euro.
It's just pounds now. It's Pound Town.
They got to drop some pounds?
Right.
Yep. You got to
drop in pounds?
You got to drop pounds every time you want to buy something.
Okay.
That's how their economy works.
Right.
And Anyways.
Let's see. Also, last thing in the bits,
Okay.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah, that's that Harvest Moon-esque farming / dating simulator / game thing. What's up with that?
Now that you've briefly described it,
Yeah, that's what that is.
it's finally getting multiplayer.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Stardew Valley multiplayer is coming in early 2018,
Cool.
where you can farm, marry, and do all other types of stuff to your people.
Everything
With,
I'd always wanted to do
everything you've always wanted to do in a
Yep.
virtual game.
in a virtual game. Farm, marry, and do stuff to people.
Only up to 3 people, though. So a total of 4
Oh.
people in one
Okay.
Stardew Valley
Wait,
world.
so can my friend play and then can I marry my friend in the game?
Yes, you can.
That's awesome.
You can also your friends can also marry NPCs,
I'm sorry? Do that one more time.
and NPC.
Got it. So they can marry somebody in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know what an NCP is, but I definitely don't want to marry.
No character that's playable.
No character that's playable.
Yeah, no character is playable.
Okay, got it. An NCP. Is that it for the bits?
That's all I have for the bits.
All right, let's move on. Billboard. We have music.
A
stuff happening.
Billboard.
So your top 100 didn't change. However, we do have news in your top 200. But let's go over the singles real quick. Your number
All
one
the single
song-
songs.
All the single songs.
All the single songs.
All the single songs. Your number one song in the country is still
Despacito.
Despacito by Louis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee, featuring Justin Bieber. Your number 2, Wild Thoughts, DJ Khaled, featuring Rihanna and Bryson Tiller.
You know, I finally heard that song the other day.
It's fine.
I hated it.
Really? It's fine. It's nothing great.
Nothing. Gary's putting it lightly.
Number 3, That's What I Like by Bruno Mars.
Oh, that's what I like.
4, I'm
That's
the
what I like.
One, DJ Khaled, Justin Bieber, Quavo, Chance the Rapper, Lil Wayne, etc., etc., etc. Then rounding out the top 5, moving into the top 5 for this week, Believer by Imagine Dragons.
Really?
That Imagine Dragons single finally broke the top 5.
Really?
Your Billboard 200, your albums list, is where the news is at this week because 3 out of 5 are brand new this week.
Okay. Give them to me.
Number 1, with her first Billboard number 1 album, Lana Del Rey is Lust for Life.
Woo! It's a very Lana Del Rey album, by the way.
Narrowly beating its 2 competitors. Number 2, Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator.
Okay.
And number 3, Wins and Losses by Meek Mill.
All right.
From what I understand, there was a delay in these charts going up this week because of how tight this race was between those 3.
Yeah, because I actually looked up the Billboard this afternoon,
Yeah,
and it wasn't
it
up.
was not up. It was very late this afternoon. So, yeah, it hit late, but yes, Lana came up on top. They're number 4, coming back into the top 5 after some topical things happened. One More Light by Linkin Park.
Getting that Chester bump.
Yeah, and number 5, Damn by Kendrick Lamar.
Damn.
Damn.
Moana.
Moana Watch 2K17. Let's scroll down. It is out of the top 10 again.
What? It dropped that
I
much?
am scrolling. It's number 16 this week.
Wow, it was only number 8 last week.
So
That's
yeah,
a
number
heavy drop.
16, Moana sinks.
That's a heavy drop for Moana.
It sinks like someone going down into the monster realm of monsters.
It's still falling.
There it is. All right.
You're welcome.
Ha! Ha! All right. What do we have for music news this week?
New releases.
New
We have
release.
Brett Eldridge.
That's that
New
country
release with Brett Eldridge, his date as
Mr. Country
something
Guy
else.
himself.
He sings that new song that I'm very hooked on. What's it called? That's one thing I'm good at.
Sure. I'll take your word for it.
I like it. It's kind of good.
This is your area of expertise here.
Sure. More expertise than you. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
We also have Brianna Marella with
Okay.
Call It Love.
Ella.
Dan
Ella.
Wilson
Eh?
with
Sure.
Recovered.
Okay.
Mystery Skulls. One
That's
of
a good
us.
band name.
One of us.
That's a good band name.
One of
Mystery
us.
Skulls.
Yeah.
Just want to appreciate that.
Randy Newman, once again singing about things that he sees
Yep.
in his new album, Dark Matter.
Wait. Okay.
We do albums called Dark Matter. I don't know why, but yeah.
You might see it.
And lastly, the Christian band Third Day with the album Revival.
How does this not surprise me that there's a Christian band named Third Day?
It shouldn't. All right. So let's move it.
Slow week, essentially, is what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Slow week in music.
Oh, well, there's going to be a slow week in movies. There's an upcoming week where nothing new is being released.
Wow.
I know. It's shocking.
Exciting time. While we eat our Twizzler equivalents.
Oh. All right, so let's move into our next first story. Spotify.
What about... Oh, they hit 60 million this week.
That's the story.
Yep.
All right, let's move on.
But yeah, they hit 60 million subscribers, paid subscribers.
Yes. It now surpasses 60 million paid subscribers and 140 million active daily users as of the month of June.
So me and 139 million more.
The last reported subscriber numbers...
Is that how that works?
Yeah, the last numbers that were reported were 50 million back in March for paid subscribers. Meaning they've added 10 million in the last 4 months, outpacing Apple Music. Spotify is available in 60 markets and boasts a library of more than 30 million songs. Or just Despacito on a loop.
Yeah, basically.
Speaking of Apple Music...
I thought you were going to say, speaking of Despacito on a loop, and then just immediately start playing Despacito on a loop. So I'm glad you didn't do that.
No. I'm better than that.
Okay.
Maybe.
This week.
Anyways, Apple announced, well, not Apple Music, but just Apple. Apple the company, and Apple the app.
Apple the app? The guy from the the Black Eyed Peas.
Red Hot Chili Peppers?
That other band with 3 words and a food. Great. Anyways. The Black Eyed Peas.
I know.
Sorry, no. Apple, the company.
Yes. They announced that they will be discontinuing the iPod Nano.
How could they?
And the iPod Shuffle.
So basically all the iPads are now dead. See what you did?
Yes, they have now become iPads.
Yeah.
Which is semi-true.
So that means the last iPod standing is the iPod Touch?
Yes, and they will instead be making 2 models of the iPod Touch.
Okay.
One with double capacity starting at $199.
What's the double capacity at this point?
I think it's 256 and 128 gigs.
That's it? 256 is their biggest iPod?
I think so.
Okay.
I know that they never reached half. They never reached half a terabyte. I know that. So maybe it might just be 64 and 128 then.
Okay.
But I know that the phone goes up to 256, so that's what Christian has.
Oh, okay.
So I assume the iPod is the same. Yeah, Apple's discontinued their iPod Classic. Discontinued their iPod Classic model, the one with the click wheel, back in 2014.
Yeah.
So this is only a natural progression.
And if Baby Driver taught me anything, man, I miss those iPod Classics.
The what?
iPod Classics.
There you go.
Sorry.
Now, this next story I find completely hilarious.
Okay, what's funny?
And hopefully you do too. We're going to talk about Katy Perry.
Katy Perry?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
As she is set to host the 2017 MTV VMA Awards.
Yeah, those are coming
taking place on Sunday, August 27th at the Forum in Inglewood.
Sure.
This is the first time that the VMAs will have a formal host since Miley Cyrus back in 2015.
Yeah.
They
go back and forth, from what I understand.
Right. Along with hosting duties, Katy Perry is up for 6 awards, and Chained to the Rhythm music video is up for 3 VMAs.
Okay.
The reason I find this completely hilarious is you remember last month when she gave an interview to the New York Times?
Yeah.
Saying how she claimed that all awards shows were fake.
Oh, right, yeah.
And that the awards that she has won have been fake, including several MTV Music Awards.
Was this like MTV's way of like covering their butts? Be like, hey, Katy Perry, we'll make it real this time if you agree to host us.
I don't know,
for real.
But I just find that super hilarious.
Hey,
now.
Shut up, and if you shut up about this, we'll let you host. That's funny. Then again, I mean, if anything, Katy Perry is probably smart decision maker when it comes to business, and I think this is probably a smart move, considering most people, including myself, have forgotten that you released a real crappy album this year. So,
well, yes, but I think most people on the internet have at least seen Bon Appetit and one went, "What the hell's going on?"
Swish, swish.
Yes.
Yeah, friggin' break. But yeah.
So
I don't know. I'll still watch them. I'll still watch the VMAs just to see if anything stupid happens. That's kind of been my approach the last few years. Is I'll watch them just to know, so that way I'm there if anything dumb does happen. But I won't enjoy it.
All right, Doctor says I have a 128 gig iPhone.
Yeah.
And you could fit like 639,406,726 songs on it.
Depends on how big your songs are. Are those like 128 side MP3s? Then we're not talking. If you want to
talk some quality headphones,
1,000 meg flax. That's what I'm dealing with.
No, not flash. Just regular AACs.
I got some 1,000 meg flax.
All right.
Do you want to see my 1,000 meg flax?
Oh yeah.
After this podcast, I'll go show you my flax.
Okay.
I got some 1,000 meg flax.
Just put a robe on before you do it.
I know. Gotta cover them up. Anyways.
Gone out.
But yeah, no, that's actually, no, she's right. That's more than enough room for most people.
Yeah.
For the vast majority of people out there, that is more than enough.
Yeah.
You're special.
Yes, I'm very special. Anyways.
Do
we have anything else for music?
One last thing for music.
Okay, cool.
Let's move them up here.
Because I have a review.
Okay.
It'll be brief.
Yep. That is Mr. Austin Powers with the Mr. Quincy Jones.
Why?
The reason is because it's the only way I know who Quincy Jones is.
Really?
Well, no.
Okay.
But this is where I first found out who Quincy Jones was.
Sure.
And then roughly knew who he was after that, following that.
But yeah,
so this is where most people would figure.
So what's up with Quincy Jones?
Where the name sounds familiar.
Sure.
Quincy Jones, producer behind some of Michael Jackson's iconic records,
one of the most famous producers,
has been awarded $9.4 million in a trial against the Jackson estate over royalties.
Yes, this happened.
Yep. Do you want to go ahead and explain it?
No, you can go ahead. You have the numbers.
All right. Quincy Jones has been attempting to prove that he was denied $30 million in royalties and sued in 2013, claiming that in addition to being owed significant money, he was denied the rights to remix the music he created with Jackson. The lawsuit covered royalties from Off the Wall, Thriller, Bad, and This Is It soundtrack.
Okay.
In a statement by Quincy Jones, quote, This lawsuit was never about Michael. It was about protecting the integrity of the work we all did in the recording studio and the legacy of what we created, end quote. The Jackson estate conceded that Jones was owed less than $400,000 in royalties and that Jones had been paid due to accounting errors.
I feel like I've heard that accounting errors thing in a lot of things.
A little
where
bit
it's
of a
like,
line.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an excuse.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Quincy Jones has been paid some of the royalties he feels like he is owed. Hopefully, this means that he'll be continuing to earn royalties from the music, and that he will, because he did win this case, he will actually now have access to those albums, for which he can essentially remaster
if he wants. Yeah, so we could see some re-releases, some remastering of stuff like Thriller. I mean, they've done some remasters in the past, but not with Quincy Jones' input.
Right.
So we'll see. I mean, I don't know if that's going to make much of a difference, but
there's only so much you can remaster.
Yeah, I know. It's like I think they did one for the Thrillers and Bads, both of their 25th anniversaries, which were recent enough where those are basically new. So I don't know what they would do, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And we have one of our thoughts.
Yeah, I'll just be brief here. So the major release, of course, this week was the new Arcade Fire.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the whatchamacallit concert you went to.
No.
Okay.
That's not mainstream enough to talk about on this very mainstream podcast of ours. But I will talk about Everything Now, which is the new Arcade Fire album that came out.
Well, it's about time you talk about everything now.
I know, everything, right now. So, my thoughts are on the website. I go more in depth with my feelings about this thing. Ultimately, what I will say here on the podcast is that it was very disappointing.
Really?
This is a band I really like. They've made some excellent albums. I don't think they have a stinker in the bunch. I'm one of the people who actually enjoyed their 2013 release. So, yeah, I was really expecting big things from this record, and consistency was not there. It was disappointing both sonically, both lyrically, and tonally. I think that they're completely off base about what they wanted to do with this thing. I thought the lead up to the album that's actually something I didn't talk about in the review. But I thought the whole lead up to this album was super dumb.
Our review.
Same thing. Anyway. But yeah, ultimately, I think that fans of the band even are going to be confused by the direction that they went here. I think people who are new to the band might be a little confused too. I don't know what they were thinking with a lot of the choices they made. There's a couple of songs that I think belong in the band's canon, rightfully so, but I think there's more songs than that just are complete question marks for me. And so it's definitely probably the worst, in my opinion, of their catalog so far.
Well, you may not be wrong there, as this currently has a 68 on Metacritic.
Critically, it's getting panned. Pitchfork gave it a pretty middling review, 5 point something.
Yeah.
Which is bad considering every single one of their prior albums had scored over an 8.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I'm like, everything's been over an 80.
Yeah.
80, 87, 87, and 90.
I just don't understand what they were trying to go for here. And I don't think I'm alone in that assessment, but I also don't think that everyone's going to hate it. I think there's probably enough there for people to hold on to, and some people might just get it more than I did. But I just definitely did not understand what they were going for and was very disappointed. So yeah, you can read more of my in-depth and more specific thoughts on the website, MediaVotePodcast.com, which is, by the way,
live,
where you can find everything else that we talk about.
Yeah, that too.
You can find exclusive news stories that we may or may not even cover on this podcast. You can find features that go up daily about box office, about this very podcast, about new releases every Friday. You can find all of that and way, way, way more on MediaVotePodcast.com. Also, you can find us on social media channels. We're on YouTube, where you can see this very live show every Wednesday night around 8 p.m. Pacific. You can see us on Twitch, where we'll occasionally stream video games. You can find us on Twitter, where we're at MediaVoteCast, and you can find us on Facebook. Just search MediaVote Podcast. On iTunes, you can find our audio version of this podcast. Subscribe there, leave us a review. You can also find our video archive on our YouTube channel as well, MediaVote Podcast. You can also help us out on Patreon.com/MediaVote. There you can donate as little as $1 a month. And that money can help us make even more content for you. And if you do donate, you'll be on a special list of people that get exclusive content from us. So look forward to that. I think that's all the plugs. Is that all the plugs? Or are you missing some plugs?
Just a butt.
What?
What?
Are we
in the butt?
Plugging a butt? Okay, we're plugging the butt here on the MediaVote Podcast. That'll do it.
But if you want to find out more on what you can do to help us,
sure.
Check out Facebook, check out Twitter.
I feel like I just went over all this, but sure.
Patreon.
I already said that too.
Oh, okay.
You weren't paying attention.
No. I was trying to figure out how to get our podcast on Spotify. I had a couple people ask me if we're on Spotify.
That's a good question.
None of
the podcasts I listen to are even on Spotify. And I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Spotify's a really weird when it comes to podcasts.
We'll do some research, but we're not making any guarantees.
Yeah. So if we do,
we'll
find out.
Catch us next week for another edition of the MediaVote Podcast. We'll be back Wednesday night, live on YouTube or recorded on iTunes. So catch us next week.
Bye.
Bye. YouTube after show. Do you have
not quite as we've been covering everything. Cool. But the doctor has one final comment.
Final question
for you, Matt.
For me.
Yes.
Okay. How can I help?
It clearly just states no one wants to see your flax. No one wants to see them. Get out of here.
This is true. No one wants to see my flags.
Also, I'll show you my big songs.
I bet she will. You guys go to a special place and she can show your big... Wait. She can show you her big songs.
Oh, dear God.
I'm sure there's a venue for this.
I'm sure someone will pay for it.
I'm sure. A lot of people like big songs, and they cannot lie.
There's literally dozens of us.
Dozens!
Dozens.
Okay, that wraps it up for me. Podcast with me. On that note.
Yep. And hey, it's been short. We're just over 140. An hour 40.
So bye.
Yeah, so that's 100 minutes.
Eat ice cream, but we don't have any ice cream.
Yet. All right,
okay,
bye.
Bye.